Holy crap, it's bright in my room today. What the hell? What's going on, gamers? Classic Game Freak here with another episode of You Got Games. That's right, I've got more pickups. I can't believe I've accumulated this many pickups this quickly since the last episode. I can say it's been actually over this weekend. It's actually Sunday when I'm filming this, and got a few pickups yesterday, which led me to a couple of pickups today. So, what can I say? First off, I was actually supposed to be just going to the Tulsa State Fair, and lo and behold, I ended up stopping at a bunch of stores and getting a bunch of pickups before that. I can say, honestly, I did not eat the scorpion pizza, but I can honestly say I ate the deep fried Snickers, and it was the bomb. Whoa. Yeah. So unhealthy. Of course, after all of that, I ogled Lizzie Hale from Halestorm a lot. Man, she's got a great set of pipes. What'd you think I meant, pervs? Anyway, let's get on to the pickups. First off, over the past week, I went ahead and picked up a modern title, something that just came out. If you haven't played it, if you're a PS4 owner or an Xbox One owner, pick it up. It's great, it's violent, it's just over-the-top action. That is Shadow of Mordor. Middle-earth, Shadow of Mordor. It's Assassin's Creed meets Batman. A lot of stealth, a lot of combat whenever you aren't being stealthy, and you can die a lot in this game. The great thing is enemies will level up when they kill you. That is awesome. And then you kind of want to get your revenge on them. It's just worth the $60. Go buy it. I visited Thrillhouse Games yet again in Tulsa. And what can I say? He's got such a great shop there. If you haven't heard of this and you live near Tulsa, check them out. Check the link somewhere. It might be in the description. It might be up here on the screen. They just did a little news piece on Thrillhouse Games and talked about it. It's a small shop full of gaming goodness. A lot of good titles in there. Even when you're looking at it through their common titles, you still find some that stand out. They got a few NES boxes in there, a whole row of Nintendo Power. Sorry, I was going to say Game Pros. Wow. So check them out. This is my official Thrillhouse Games shout out. So I walked into Thrillhouse Games, and the first thing I noticed, I wasn't really after anything in particular, but he had TI-99 games. First off, it was Blackjack and Poker. Nothing really special there. I don't think I actually ever owned this one, but it's Blackjack and Poker for the TI-99. I'm after anything TI-99. So there's another one down. I don't think I actually played this one either, and that is TI Invaders, and I'm assuming it's basically Space Invaders for the TI-99. I know I already got this one in a previous You Got Games, but this one had the box, and it was a good price. Even though the box is all torn up, I'm after those Atari 2600 boxes, so that was pole position. I've always loved pole position, and this is no exception. The one on the Atari, don't get me wrong, the graphics are a little rough, but you know, you gotta have these boxes. I don't know, they're just, I see them and I feel that nostalgic thump in my heart for them. So there you go, pole position. More Atari goodness. Warlords on the 2600. This one I'm not sure if I ever played on the Atari 2600, but I loved the art for it, so I just had to pick it up, and that is Berserk. Just, there's so much going on there. Just, I don't know, look at that. I love the art on this. There was so much, and yet the Atari left so much to the imagination as far as graphics went. But this kind of gave you an idea of what you had to be thinking about when you're playing one of these games. So for the cover art, man, A+, 9 out of 10. Awesome. Finally got one of the Quest games. I used to have this game back whenever I was 4 or 5 years old, and that is Earthworld. Now I need to get the instruction manual for it to fully understand what I'm doing there and what the colors mean. I'm still after the other Quest games. These, I remember trying to stumble through this and just failing. And I know I can get online, but you know, it's just not as cool as having the book to these. Maybe some gameplay here in an upcoming video. We'll see. Weird game, very weird. Stopped over to one of my favorite thrift stores. I've picked up a Sega Genesis for $3 there before. Picked up a few different items, a few different games, Game Gear games, things like that. And this time was no exception. First off, I think it was my last pickups video, you saw me pick up a Guitar Hero guitar, and this time was really no exception. After my guitars broke for that game, or the controllers I should say, I wanted to have a couple extra so that if one breaks, the other one is still there. And that was the case this time. I picked up another Explorer guitar. I mean, I love the prices on these. This was $3, $2.98 originally, and they marked it down to $148. So $1.50 for a controller. Freaking awesome. Picked this up for super cheap. PC game, while I'm not way too much into the newer PC games, Steelbox still speaks to me loud. So when I saw this, I couldn't help it because it's just pretty, and that is Aeon. And I mean, it's a Steelbox, very, very shiny, very pretty. And you know, I just love the presentation in this. I just love the way it's set up. I like the way it looks. I like the way it feels. It's heavy. And yeah, it's a Steelbox. I mean, there's a draw to the Steelbook. So Aeon. I mean, I can still technically use these discs if I want to play Aeon and do that. I don't know if I will, but it's cool. While I was oogling the Explorer controller in the thrift store, my wife is moseying about, and she goes, "Hey, look, there's an Xbox." And mind you, there is a term that the game chasers have really made their own, and if she was chasing games too, I would have been caught slipping hardcore. I have been after one of these for a couple years now, and prices haven't been right for me. So when I saw this price, I grabbed it and just told her congratulations for catching me slipping. What I'm talking about is the very first Xbox. No, I don't mean Xbox One, I mean Xbox. I still don't understand how they call it an Xbox One and this just Xbox. It just doesn't make sense to me. But I have been after one of these for a while, and I've wanted to play some games on it for a while. So, yeah, I finally have one. Works great, but it was missing the audio visuals and didn't have a controller, so I couldn't test it out. So, which led me to a trip to a couple of gaming stores where I picked up an audio-visual plug, a little overpriced, and to go ahead and make sure the thing worked, I went ahead and picked up an off-brand controller, which is very, I'm gonna grind this into my microphone. Very creaky, yeah, but it still works. And yes, the Xbox does work, and it works like a dream. I'm so happy to have that. How are you going to test an Xbox if you don't have any games? That's why I had to go get some games. First off, this game, I absolutely loved it back when my cousin and I were roommates and he had an Xbox. I played so much of this game. We'd throw our own soundtrack on there, race to the tunes on that, and that was Sega GT 2002. This game, there's still a charm to it. I still tried it out earlier and got that old nostalgic feeling. Absolutely loved it. I need to play some more of this. It also has Jet Set Radio Future? Yeah. Weird game, but that one was fun as well. They both come on the disc, so it was super, super cheap. And I super couldn't pass it up. Another super cheap title that I felt, you know, I love this genre of games, and it was one that I didn't mind on the Xbox. It wasn't fantastic, but it's always one I said that if I ever had an Xbox, I'd get this game. That is Mech Assault. Mech Assault 2 will come after I beat this one. I just wanted to get this one first. So why not? This game I had to have once I saw it, and once again, the price was right. This game is ultra gritty, ultra violent, and to be quite honest, brutal. And I love every little second of it. And that is The Punisher. You can interrogate enemies, you can dunk their heads in chrome vats or a tank full of piranhas. This game it was so rough. It's so rough around the edges these days. It has not aged well, but you know what? It's still The Punisher, and I freaking love it. And last but not least, this game is the game that made me want to get an Xbox, because I've wanted to play this game ever since it came out, and I haven't been able to do so because the Xbox 360 wasn't compatible for this game. It is somewhat backwards compatible, but this game just wouldn't play. I know it didn't get the best reviews back in the day, and but there's just been this draw to me for years to play this, get an Xbox. And while I know that this game may sound great, I might turn it on and find out it completely sucks. But you know what? Ignorance is bliss. I'm talking about Advent Rising. I don't know what it is about this game that has made me want to try it. I've seen some videos on it. I haven't watched much of it because I want to find out for myself. It's just, I really like sci-fi epics. This was supposed to be a trilogy and never turned out to be a trilogy. Yeah, Orson Scott Card had something to do with it. Sweeping evolving story by award-winning sci-fi author Orson Scott Card. So he's the one that did like Ender's Game and things like that. So plus you can play and win $1 million. And it went live on June 9th, 2005. So there's a chance I could win. Wait, you're saying Xbox Live no longer exists for the original Xbox anymore? Whatever. And there you go. There's my pickups. I have rambled on long enough, and I have a lot of editing to do on this video. So thanks for watching. I got more episodes of You Got Games coming up. Please check back. As I always say, I've been having fun picking these old titles up. I'm definitely getting some more Xbox titles. I'm looking at Morrowind, and I'm looking at Crimson Skies. I think that had a single-player campaign on it. I hope so, because that game was good multiplayer, so we'll see. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you guys in the next video. Cheers.